Hi, welcome to another session of Road to 100 Con questions. An ant can only travel on the edges of a cube. It travels from A to G along the longest part and returns back using the shortest part without visiting any of the corner more than once. So let's look at how it can go, the longest part. So let's say A to B, it can go B to F, F to E, E to H, H to D, D to C, C to G. So basically visiting all the, so there's 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, visiting all the edges once. So 7 parts to go. Well, coming back, shortest part. So it could be G to F, F to B, B to A. 1, 2, 3, 3 parts. So while average speed while going from A to G is 2 centimeters per second, and while coming back it is 4 centimeters per second. Just for the sake of it, let me assume that the side is 4 centimeters. If the side is 4 centimeter each side, so while going he takes 7 sides. So each side he will take 2 seconds because 2 centimeters per second he traveled. So he will take 14 seconds to go. So while going he travels at 2 centimeters per second, and for the 7 sides he will take 7 to 14 seconds to travel if the side is 4 centimeters. While coming back he travels only 3 sides. Each side will take only 1 second because 4 centimeters per second he comes back. So 3 seconds. So total time taken is 17 seconds. But they have said total time taken is 85 seconds. 5 times. That means the side also will be 5 times. 4 into 5, 20. That will be the length of the side. C option. So assuming 4, we get 17 seconds. But actually 85, 5 times. So the actual length of the side should also be 5 times, which will be 20 centimeters. A group of 20 workers can complete a piece of work in 10 days. That means the worker man days is 20 into 10, 200 man days of work. After each day, 2 additional workers join. So 20, 22, 24, that's how people will work every day. So when will the work get complete? Let me assume 7 days. Okay, because 7 days, because of the arithmetic progression concept. Okay, let me explain. 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32. 7 days. Right? So in an arithmetic progression, the sum is nothing but average, which is the middle number 26, into number of numbers 7. Average is nothing but middle number into number of number 7. If you multiply this, 25 sevens are 175 plus 7 will give you 182. So 182 man days of work is completed in 7 days. You're left with 18 man days of work, which can be easily completed in 18 days, because 18 days you can do 34 man days of work. So 18 man days of work can be completed in the 8th day. So answer will be C option, 8 day. So if I add 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34. So 34 is the last. So 32 is 7. If I calculate 7, 32. So middle value will be 26. Sum will be middle average into number of terms. Comes to 182 man days. So the remaining 18 man days, you can do it in the 8th day. You'll get the answer. C option. A computer program generates 10 integers. Let's try to find a pattern. Here it's adding 1, subtracting 2, adding 4, subtracting 8, add 16. Because you can find average only if you can find the pattern. So next should be minus 32. So if I subtract 32, it becomes minus 20. Next should be plus 64, which should give you plus 44. Next should be minus 128, which if I sub minus 84. Then plus 256, which comes to 172. Now add all this. So if I take these two, I'm taking 2 at a time. 172 minus 84 will give you 88. 44 minus 20, 24. This will be 8, 4, 3. Just for ease of calculation, just my comfort. You can do anyway, just add all of the values. So if you look at 24 plus 8, 32, 32 plus 4, 36, 339. So 39 plus 88 gives you 127 for 10 integers, average 12.7. So this is just nothing but finding the pattern and then trying to get the answer. 2 papers A and B are conducted, each out of 100 for a test, but the weightage of the marks of paper A is twice of B. So P scored 10% more than Q. Okay, and the marks obtained by P in A is 20% more than Q. So overall, he has scored 10% more than Q. In test A, it is 20% more. In test A. In test B, it is 20% less. So you're mixing two. One is 20% more and 20% less. You're mixing to get an average of 10%. You're mixing 20% more and 20% less to get an average of 10% more. Right? Because on average, P scored 10% more than Q. So you can do allocation. When you're mixing two quantities, you can do allocation. So 10% out here, 30% out here. So technically ratio is 3:1. And this more than, we are talking, the weightage is the Q score. The weightage is the Q score, remember that, because it's compared with Q. More than Q and less than Q. So technically, weightage wise, Q score has to be 3:1. Technically, weightage wise, Q score has to be 3:1. But the A test is double the weightage. So the actual score will be, suppose if it's 30 and 10 is Q scores. So this is a weightage. Before the weightage, it will be 15 and 10 score. If it's 15 and 10, that means Q will score 150% of, in A, he'll score 150% of B. Because 15 upon 10 into 100 is 150%. So A option. If you want, you can check out by taking numbers and calculating. Let's say Q scored test B, he scored 20 marks, and test A he scored 30 marks, 50% more, 150%. To here, if you look at A scored 20% more out here. 20% more will be 36, right? And B scored 20% less out here. 20% less out here, minus 4, 16. If you remember, the weightage of A is double that of B. So here score becomes 30 to the 60 plus 20, 80. Here it becomes 36 to the 72 and 16 ones are 16. So it becomes 88. So if you look at 10% more, satisfies. But yeah, allegation is a good way. Just do numbers, take allegation, you get the ratio, then remove the weightage which is put in, you will get the ratio 15:10. So which means in test A, Q has scored 150% as compared to P. This is all because all the weightage is from the Q's test score point, because we're comparing 10% more as compared to Q's test score in both A and B. From there, we get the answer. Isosceles trapezium ABCD. AB is parallel to CD. The diagonals of a trapezium intersect at M. Area of trapezium is 270. Length is 10 and 20. So we know almost everything. You can find the height of a trapezium. Height of a trapezium is what? Area is half into sum of parallel sides into height is equal to 270. From that height you get 18. Now height also will be divided in ratio 1:2 because the two triangles are similar. AMB will be similar to CMD. Right? In a trapezium, the two triangles are similar. So that means height also divided in ratio 1:2. So height will be 6 and 12. So area of a triangle is half into 6 into 10 plus half into 12 into 20, the two triangles, which becomes 30 plus 120, 150. So 150 is the area of the triangle. So area of the remaining part will be 270 minus 150. So if you do 270 minus 150, we'll get 120 and it will be equal because isosceles, right? Both will be equal. So 60 and 60. So technically, if I want to find area of triangle BMC, so which will be same as AMD, I need to remove the area of these two triangles. So first step is to find the area of the two triangles. For that I require height. I know the base. I require the height. So first find the height of a trapezium, which you get 18. Divide in the ratio 1:2 because the two triangles are similar. So 6 and 12. From that you get the area of triangle. From that you can get the remove the area of triangles, you will get the area of these two triangles. Equally distributed will be 60 and 60. Thank you.